No. Pretty Caroline. Oh, 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 oh. Stone cold stunner.
Okay, you guys, it's been a day. My days have been like flying by, which I guess is a good thing because it means I'm, you know, enjoying myself, having fun, but it also stresses me out. Today, the big things that I did were I sent out my newsletter, which goes out every Wednesday. I filmed my video that I want to post tomorrow. It's already 4 p.m., so we'll see if I get that edited. And what else did I do? Oh, I called my mom and my dad separately and talked to them about my decision to quit my job because I hadn't done that yet. And each of those conversations was like half an hour, so that was a good chunk of my day, and I was happy that I did it just because, you know, I didn't want to start posting about quitting my job and have them feel like I didn't tell them on purpose. It was honestly just because, well, I didn't tell them on purpose originally because I didn't want them to try and talk me out of it. Like, I wanted to do it and then tell them. After doing that, I ate some lunch, and now I've been working on these templates, my templates for the rebrand. So I decided to put the website to the side for now because I still don't have the name of the website, which is stressing me out still, but I did have a thought last night where I don't need to make it perfect. I don't need to make it the best website anyone's ever seen. I can just make it simple, because right now the purpose of me creating this new website is just to make it easier for people to sign up for my meetings, make it easier to see what the meetings are all about. And that's really the purpose, is just to have a whole separate website to make it simple. So why am I trying to overcomplicate it by creating this like really complicated website? Like, I just need to make it simple, easy to understand, easy to look at, easy to know what's happening, easy to navigate. And so I decided, you know, right now when I'm on a budget and I can't hire anyone to do my website, I'm gonna make it as best as I can by myself, simple, to the point, just give people the idea. And then as we grow, as we get more established, and as I get more funds to create this website, then we can hire someone and hopefully, you know, make it great. The reason I was hesitant about that is because I've already technically done like 3 rebrands, where I just completely switched the vibe. But I mean, companies do that all the time, so I'm not mad about it. I'm editing my video that is going to announce to my YouTube channel that I quit my job, because I've announced it on every other platform now, TikTok, Instagram, and in my meetings. So this is my final kind of announcement. This is a video I took the day that I quit my job, and I think it'll just be interesting to put in there of like all the emotions that I was feeling that day. To give a little update on how the week has been, because it's Friday afternoon and in a couple hours I'll probably be signing off of work, so I thought it would be a good time to update and just recap the week and let you know how I've been feeling. Overall, like I'm actually like almost sad that the weekend is coming, because I know, and this was something that was said in my meetings, which is such a great point. This is what I love doing this. I love working on this whole brand, whole project, and I could work on it every single day for like 12 hours a day. But there needs to be limits in place so that I don't burn out quickly. Even if you are really like in the middle of a project and you're excited about it, it might be good to have like a set end time at the end of the day, or just like a set amount of time that you work on it, and then even if you don't get it finished, even if you're still feeling inspired and you still want to keep going. I am a big fan of taking action when you're most inspired, because I know inspiration can come and go and motivation can come and go, but if you're constantly doing the work until you're not inspired or until you're drained, you're not going to be looking forward to doing it the next day. So I know, like I said, I could work on this all weekend and be perfectly happy, but if I do that, I might not be as excited to come back to it on Monday. Luckily this weekend I have quite a few social things happening for once, so that will help keep me distracted, keep my days busy so that I don't work on this. That said, this was a good week. I have been feeling the past 2 days pretty productive, and when I feel productive, my mood improves, which I'm trying to separate that correlation, because I know my worth is not based on my productivity, but that's just how I feel. I'm usually in a good mood when I'm productive and a not so great mood when I'm not productive. But it's been really nice getting 8 hours of sleep. I've been going to bed pretty much every evening around 10 and waking up at 6. I used to be waking up at like 5, sometimes even 4, so that I could get a video up before I started work or just work on something that I wanted to work on. So it's been really nice having 8 hours of sleep every night. I feel more energetic. I don't feel as drained during the day. I think my eye bags are slowly going away. I've also been meditating every day. I don't think I've ever meditated this many days in a row ever. I've been just starting out with like 10-minute guided meditations on YouTube. What else happened this week? I did get my first like critical comment. Someone commented on my last video that you're supposed to quit. Like, that's not how it works. You're supposed to quit your hobbies, not your job. But to that I say, says who? And if you quit your hobbies, you will live a very sad and unfulfilled life, because our hobbies are what are supposed to make us happy. That's not to say that everyone needs to try and make their hobby into their job, because I do think that can kind of take the fun out of it. Like, if you start making money from what you love, I know that there's a risk of me not liking this as much, because I feel like I have to do it to make money, but we'll cross that bridge when it comes to it. I do think that there is benefit in keeping your side hustle, so that you're not as reliant on it for money. Like, I don't ever want to be like someone who's desperate for members to join the group, or desperate for views because I need money or sponsorships or anything like that. So I know that there's a risk in doing that, which is why I'm kind of leaving the future open. Like, do I want to do this all the time, full time, forever? I don't know. Just right now, I know that I want to see how much we can grow it, and then who knows what will happen in the future. I wasn't sure if I was going to be open about the fact that I quit my job, because I know everyone would have an opinion on that. I was kind of just gonna not really tell anyone, do it on the side, and then once, you know, something extravagant happened, I could talk about it. But I figured I'd rather take you along the journey with me, and because I think that's a very real part of this process, and it's going to be a very real part of my life and my sobriety. And I've already seen a couple benefits of being so open about it. When you're open about your struggles and also your choices and your journey, you open yourself up to advice and to help. So I've already had multiple people reach out saying that they have backgrounds in business, and if I ever want to talk to them about like strategies and different ways that I could go about this, reach out. So I have some calls scheduled with people. That's a benefit of being open about your journey, is that the more people that know about it, the more, you know, you open yourself up to opportunities and people coming to you instead of you having to seek out all the help and seek out people. So that's been a plus. I have a couple more things I want to do this evening, and then I think we might play some pickleball. Should be a good weekend to round out a decently good start to this week, start to this journey this week, which is a start to this journey. That's what I meant to say. it's Monday morning today. It is the start of my second week working for myself. So I'm actually gonna start a new video this week, like a new vlog. But I wanted to wrap up this video real quick by talking about my weekend because I don't know if I shared this on Friday, I can't remember. I was feeling pretty antsy on Friday, like when the workday was ending, because I didn't feel like I got everything done that I wanted to get done. And a big part of me wanted to just keep working throughout the weekend. Like on Saturday and Sunday, I just wanted to finish out the things. And I really had to force myself to not do that and to just relax and have fun with family and friends. And I'm so happy I ended up doing that, because who knows what I would have felt like this morning if I had just spent the whole weekend working. I might not have been as excited to wake up. And literally this morning I was so excited to wake up and to get started. That's huge. That's huge to wanna, like, just to be excited to wake up and get started on your day. So that is currently how I'm feeling. This weekend ended up being really fun. I was very social, like extremely social. I went into San Francisco yesterday and met up with like 2 different friends, and it was a very jarring experience. My friend Katie and I were walking on like by Fort Mason, like by the water, and we just see these 2 guys, like we didn't see them smash the window, but we saw them pulling suitcases out of this like big SUV. They had obviously just smashed the window and were pulling suitcases out of it, and their car was parked right next to it, so they were just like throwing the suitcases in, and then they drove off, and Katie and I were just standing there. We're like, what is happening? And they were probably like 10 feet away from us. We're just walking by them, and Katie was like, should I take a picture of their license plate? But then we didn't want them to like see us do that, because they were staring at us because we were staring at them, and we didn't want them to see us do that and then like come after us and take our phone or something. We tried to get one like when the car was like driving away, but it was like too fast. But I've just never seen that before. Because I've always wondered, like in SF it's a huge problem getting shit taken out of your car and getting your car broken into. Like last year my like mutual friend's car got broken into, and they were saying they brought it into the car dealer, or like the car place that fixes the windows, and they said they get 30 to 50 cars a day that get broken into in San Francisco. So it's a huge issue. But I was always wondering, like, how would people do it in the daylight? Like it must all happen in the evening. But this just showed like it's very easy to do it in the daylight, because no one will intervene. No one wants to intervene. We didn't want to intervene, and there was like people around us that we were all just looking at each other like, what do we do? So I just had never seen that happen. I felt so bad for the people who, like, they had Texas plates, they were probably tourists, they had all their luggage in there. Like, they should have known better, but they, you know, they're not from SF, obviously, so they probably didn't know how bad it is here. But it was just so jarring to witness that. And I don't know if I should even be talking about this. Does that make me a witness? I don't know. I was also dealing with some body image issues this weekend. I hurt my quad running last week, and so I haven't been able to like run. Walking is somewhat painful, but not really. But like running, definitely no go. Like doing any sort of weight training that involves my legs, no go. And it's been making me just feel a little weird in my body, because when I fall off of my workout routine, I still feel a little anxious, which is how I know I'm not like 100% recovered yet. Like I'm definitely in a much better place than I was, but I know that because I still because not working out or missing a workout still makes me a bit anxious. I know I still have work to do. So I just wanted to be honest about that and let you guys know that I'm, you know, still in that boat if you're in that boat as well. But I'm listening to my body. I feel like old Steph would have just continued running and probably injured myself more. And something that I've been doing is actually, I have this one friend who I know, she has a great relationship with food, a great relationship with her body. She's never been the type to try on clothes and be like, oh, I look so like fat in this. It's never been I've never seen her have a toxic relationship with food or her body. She's never talked about food in a diet culture-y way. And so I've found myself lately asking, okay, let's call her Kim. I would be like, okay, what would Kim do in this situation? And that was what I actually did when I hurt my leg. Like I was gonna run the next day, and I was like, no, I'm injured. The disordered part of my brain wants me to keep running even though I'm injured. But Kim wouldn't even think twice. Like she would be resting because she's hurt, and that's someone who doesn't have a disordered relationship with food and body. That's how they think, and that's how I'm trying to think. So I have found myself asking those questions, like what would Kim do when I'm scared to try like a food, or when I feel like I should push myself when I'm exercising. And it's actually been really helpful. So if you have a friend in your life that you look up to because of their relationship with food and body, or just anything, and asking yourself, what would this person do? I have found that it's been very helpful. So that's just a little tip. That is it for this video. It's 9:15, so I just did my entire morning routine, and now we're gonna get started on some work, get organized, get our schedule figured out for the week. And I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this kind of first week in my life working for myself. I hope it's interesting.